Hello everybody, welcome all of you. One more live session. It's amazing to meet all of you after a long time because we've been doing a lot of Instagram lives, and those informations were shared in YouTube. So after a long time, a YouTube live, I welcome all of you. So as you Europe, I mean in Germany or France, in other countries, plus what's happening in Canada, USA, Australia, and as well as UK, what is happening with reference to the international student community? What are all the latest updates and latest news that the international study aspirants, students and parents should know? That is what we are going to talk in this particular YouTube live, completely with authentic sources. I'm not going to read out my opinion. I'm going to read out articles published in famous journals so that it's clearly open and transparent. So without wasting much time, let's start discussing about these articles. So as you could see, I will share the screen right now. News of Canada, UK, Australia, USA published in the last few months, and also we are going to discuss about the news that is coming out of Europe. Okay, and we are not against students going to US, Canada or Singapore, etc., etc. The point that we always stress to say is that students should study only in top class public universities, not in local colleges or doing PG diplomas just for the sake of country. We always recommend and request students, university and course is always greater than the country. Country is never greater than the university and course, but unfortunately, the students and parents, the focus that they give to the country is not given to the university and course selection. Okay, so let's jump into the articles. Let's look into the first article, that is from Canada. Indian students' applications to Canada dropped by 15% after bilateral tensions, housing crisis, etc. Reported by Hindustan Times. As you all could see, I'm just reading these articles. According to the data from authorities, study permit applications from 2023 fell to 3,07,000 to from 3,63,000 it fell down to 3,07,000, which was an overall record. That is, the number of applications have started to reduce, and after growing each year in recent times, study permit applications from India to join Canadian higher institutions fell over 15%. Thanks to social media, people have started to realize, at least nowadays, tsunami of students enter these countries and they repent their decisions later. It has become quite evident with numerous videos getting published in all across social media. But still, that all the parents and students realize this particular aspect? No. Okay. Are we against students going to Canada? Absolutely not. Study in that country's top 10 universities, British Columbia, University of Toronto, Calgary, McGill, so many universities are there. We should study there. But just for the sake of Canada, joining that country's chota mota colleges or PG diplomas, just because these agents make huge commissions, they promote all these things and get into a big mess when it comes to the student's career. The students get into a very big mess. Who is the only company, pan-India level, not to promote useless PG diploma courses? Europe Study Center. No other company can say this. A child will not say, what is your ambition? My ambition in my life is to do a PG diploma in a local community college. Nobody will say that. The child will say, I want to do my bachelor's or master's. So please, humble request, avoid these PG diplomas, because even their own government is not going to give post-study work permits when we study in few colleges. I hope you all would have read those articles, and let's get back to the next article. That is, I'll close this one, and then the next is Canada extends ban on foreign workers and international students from buying homes. This is all quite strange. Why? Because so many students from all around the world, not only from India, China, all around the world, they entered Canada, but they are not even able to give a housing, a place to stay for these students. And if you cannot even give a home to stay for these students, why do you even invite them? And what about their future? Let's read the synopsis. Canada has extended its ban on foreign ownership of housing for an additional 2 years in response to concern about affordable housing accessibility. So this is the ground reality. They are literally not welcoming foreign students anymore, Indian students anymore when it comes to Canada. That is what I have put it in the thumbnail as well as the title. The countries where you are welcome versus where you are not welcome. And let's see some European articles. The first point, where France plans to attract 500,000 international students to be a game changer. Let's open this article. As you could see, aiming high, France plans to attract 500,000 international students. To plan to welcome, these many number of students that the France needs for them to propel, their workforce and all these aspects. So this is what we try to say. Students should focus on countries where we are being welcomed, where we are being wanted, where our presence is valued, rather than being a guest to somebody's home or a country where we are not welcomed. We should not go there as an unwanted guest. This is what is evident from all these articles. So let's read furthermore. Let's get back to other articles. And let's close this. Europe, and then next point. Yeah, Germany overtakes Canada as a premier study abroad destination for Indian students. Amazing, isn't it? Amazing, right? Yes. Which is the only company at pan-India level promoting public universities in Schengen countries, European countries. For example, German TU9 universities. Who is promoting it? Only Europe Study Center. Why these so-called other agents and consultants will never promote these German public universities? Why? They don't pay commissions, which our parents and students fail to understand. That is why they promote all these UK, US, Canada, Australia, where they get huge commissions, 2 lakhs, 2.5 lakhs, 3 lakhs, plus the slab system, plus the bonuses. This is how it is. Students and parents should understand the reality. Okay, Germany, I want to go study in Germany. TU9 universities. Why other company is not promoting it? Why only Europe Study Center is promoting it? We should think, because our ideology is sending students to fantastic public universities where education is not a business. Germany has overtaken Canada as the premier study abroad destination in 2024. The annual study abroad trends report 3.0, which is an excellent news. Excellent news, because people should move towards quality education and discard non-quality education, discard commercial education, discard PG diplomas. This is what we have been requesting. And always choose countries and universities where education is not a business, where huge tuition fees are collected from students. What is mantra, or what is the motto of Europe Study Center? Empowering youngsters with high quality skills at a very, very affordable cost in fantastic public universities. And literally you spend lesser what you compare to you spend in India, in most of the cases in European countries. This is what is the ground reality. But only Europe Study Center promotes all these particular universities, public universities, etc., etc. Let's get back to our old stories. Yes, again, Canada contemplates cap on international students. As I told you, we are not being welcomed anymore. We are not being welcomed. Canada is exploring the idea of capping international students' numbers to address housing crisis exacerbated by surging demand. Immigration Minister Mark Miller. So, students to be cautious. Again, I would like to say, we are not discouraging, still we are not discouraging students never go to Canada. Please understand. Oh, this guy is promoting European countries, so he is finding all these articles about all these countries. No, I am still okay with the student going to Canada, provided you study in that country's premier university. That is what is important. Any country you go, study in that country's premier university, which is very, 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 very important. And the next is, yeah, again, Canada, because out of all these housing issues. Next is with reference to UK. Chaos as headwinds hit international student recruitment. That is, on a weekly basis, scandals and other issues relating to international students recruitment in the global north receive media attention. Most recently, that some of Britain's prestigious Russell Group universities were admitting high fee paying international students with lower scores than British students. Why they should do this? Why? Because international students' tuition fees is more compared to a local student's tuition fees. That is why they are recruiting us, just to subsidize their cost, because British students pay lesser. Indian students pay almost 2 to 3 times more. In fact, we are paying for our fees as well as the UK students' fees. Whereas when you compare it with Germany, they give free education. Whereas you compare it with other countries like Italy, they give you subsidized education, very, very low cost. That is what I always say, they are not commercializing the education. That is why Europe Study Center students, they either study for free or 3 lakhs per year tuition fees. Amazing, isn't it? This is what students should choose, not fall for, these sort of scams. And the next is, major blow to UK universities, decline of international students. See, any product or anything which doesn't have quality will always come down eventually. These are all bubbles. These are all bubbles. It could break anytime, which has broken right now. So this is what students should understand. And for what reason? Let's look at this. A great resignation was the talk of the town, with forecasts of mass exodus from traditional employment dominating discussions. As Financial Times reported, the shift is mirrored in recent tense with higher education sectors, which points a worrying picture. Approximately 1/3 of UK universities have seen a significant drop in non-EU international students' applications, because the students who are studying there, they have already started to pass on the information to students back home in India. This is what is the ground reality. Don't come here. For instance, what do people should think? What does Shivaraman or Europe Study Center get by telling students, I don't promote UK or Ireland? What do I get? I get nothing, but I get the satisfaction of not misguiding a student for the sake of making money. I read an advertisement by an agent. Of course, I don't want to tell the name. Study in UK, get a laptop free. Immediately, what did our parent and student do? Stand in queue in front of those offices. This is what is the reality. See, overseas education is all about promoting commission-based universities, pushing the students into those universities and colleges and bringing them to their roads after their graduation. This is what is happening. We broke that ideology 13, 14 years back, placing students into fantastic public universities like NITs and IITs and IIMs in that particular country, and openly tell the students what we charge and what is the processing fees and what is the processing expenses. That's it. Instead of indirectly projecting, I am doing free service. No parents or students ask these agents and consultants, why you have to do free service for me? Nobody is asking these things. And they claim we do free service, and what else? We don't charge you anything, but they get 2.5, 3 lakhs, 3.5 lakhs also from these universities and colleges, just because they are recruiting students for them. Always remember, only the inferior universities and colleges pay commission to the agents and consultants, the top premier ones. For example, UK. Why don't these agents and consultants promote Oxford and Cambridge University or London School of Economics? When I promote Sweden, I promote KTH Chalmers. When I promote Netherlands, I promote TU Delft. When I promote Germany, I am promoting TU9. My students are studying there. Why are they not promoting the premier universities in those countries that they are promoting? This gives you a clear picture of how the students are being scammed into making all these agents and consultants richer and students suffering. This is what is the need of the hour, which the parents and students should know. So let's go to the other articles. And then, unreasonable practice of foreign students applying family visas comes to an end. They are putting in a lot of restrictions when it comes to spouse visas, dependent visas, and all these aspects which students need to focus before planning for your UK studies. And Are the new immigration rules making life tough for migrants and international students in the UK? They have like, lot of new rules have come up which are directly impacting the international students, including this particular report. The government made two major modifications to the rules which have an impact on foreign students enrolled at UK universities. Of course, they have presented those rules here. I will present these articles as a link in the YouTube description. You all can read it through. Everywhere students are being tightened, and that's what again I say one more time, don't go to universities or countries where we are not being welcomed. It's of absolute no use. We should go to places and destinations where we are welcomed, which is very, 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 very important. Okay, and let's get back to some European articles. That is like positive news coming from Europe. Have I opened the tab properly? Okay, fine. So the next is European godfathers of wind jointly win the Nobel Prize for Engineering. Amazing, isn't it? Winning a Nobel Prize, that too for wind aspect, where everybody is in the need of energy and all other aspects, and Europe spends considerable amount of their time and focus towards creating renewable energy, greener energy, and lot many other aspects. This is where you should go and study, where education is not commercial, where education is completely looked at it from a healthier perspective of educating youngsters. Another article, Germany is about to make life much easier for foreign workers in 2024 as per Economic Times report. I will open the article. See, everything I am reading from the article. I am not presenting a rosy picture. I am reading everything from the article. Germany is set to implement several changes to its immigration policies in 2024, making it harder for asylum seekers by adding new initiatives to attract skilled labor. That is, wherever you have skill, you will always find a way to move forward. Without skills, there is no use. Why we go abroad? To develop our skills, not to work in a KFC or McDonald's, which the other companies claim. You can do part-time jobs, you can earn so much. Every day, these innocent students are being misguided. None of Europe Study Center students, we encourage them to work in a KFCs or McDonald's or Burger Kings or etc. etc. Don't do part-time jobs. We request students to focus on their jobs, develop the skills and get a full-time job. What's wrong in this? But we always like to hear, which is very sweet to our ears. This is what is not to be followed. Let's look at reality. Let's get to do something which will bring a change to our life, which is very, 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 very important. And then let's get back to the PowerPoint. And some more news is from UK again. Selling a false dream. Indian students abroad open about their mental health issues. Only because of believing wrong promises and wrong commitments. And then, giving all these interviews is of no use. We should always think, and whenever I always say easy mantra, you simply avoid commission paying universities, you are going to be very, very safe. How to find whether the university pays commission or not? Very simple. The agent will say, I am doing free service. Immediately get up and run away from the place because you are being scammed. Yes. So, one more article, that is like one more slides, that is hefty rents, again same like in Canada. Hefty rents, living in cramped space. Indian students in UK struggle to get an accommodation amid increase in visa fees. So, for example, if you take up a country like Czech Republic, the visa slots itself is in few hundreds. That is, the total number of Indian students that can enter the country from India, it's like in few hundreds, the entire country. Whereas if you pick up a particular university in UK or Australia or Canada, wherever, one particular university recruits thousands and thousands of students per year from India at UG, PG and diploma levels. So, imagine a country taking only few hundreds. Imagine a single university in that country taking up thousands and thousands of students. Who is going to find opportunities? Who is going to find a housing? Who is going to find a place to live? Who is going to get opportunities? Very, very few people. But just because these countries are famous, students are going behind these sort of false decisions. Please save yourself and study in any country you go, study in that country's premier university, which is very, 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 very important. Again, same with Australia. Australia student visa rejection rate spikes and Indians are on the firing line. Everywhere problem for Indians. Everywhere problem. Let's look into this article. I'm opening the article because everybody should know what is happening around us. Everything from Economic Times, reputed journals, not from chota mota ones, reputed ones. Visa rejection rates in Australia have spiked as some institutions withdraw admission offers. As many as 1 in 5 international students had their visa applications rejected in the last 2 quarters of 2023. The rejection of thousands of overseas students has contributed to a 20% decrease in visa grants. 20% decrease. No agent, consultant will talk to you about, all these articles because they always present a rosy picture. Anyway, more articles. Australia announces crackdown on student visas. Same article. Again, Australia announces stricter visa rules for students, workers as it prepares to overhaul the immigration systems, because they have started to understand these countries, these agents and consultants tell all sorts of false promises to innocent student minds and parents, misguide them and send them to these countries, and they become a burden for the university, their family, and to themselves and to the country, which all these countries wants to avoid. These overseas education scam, where they want to filter, monitor and recruit students only to fantastic public universities, which I have been talking about for several years. But yet, things are changing, but at a very, very slower rate. And then, USA, you all know about the green card wait list. Let's open this particular article. Why the wait for a green card is endless. So people literally, I have seen they wait for almost 100+ years for you to get your American green card. So green card aspirants, be cautious. Of course, safety issues, the problems with the gun and the green card and all these other aspects. As you could see, there is 134, that is US green card backlog. Over 1 lakh kids in US may get separated from parents. 10.7 lakh Indians will have to wait for 134 years for them to get their American green card. Still, we are not against students going to US. You are perfectly good to go. But study in US top 50, 60 premier universities. Of course, they require a lot of money, lot of marks. But if you have both, go to US. If not, please avoid. And who gets employed in the US? Majorly the IT computer science background. What happens to the other departments? Majority of the cases, they come back and their parents only bail them out from their education loan. So please look into all these aspects. So then, more informations, and then French president announces exclusive. As we already discussed, France is opening up big time, and they announced 5-year, Schengen visa for Indian students after their studies, which we have clearly, documented it. That is, President Macron announces a 5-year Schengen visa for some Indian students. Here it's all about. Look at the way they are welcoming international talent to propel their economy. And this is the opportunity for us to use it. And look at what Netherlands says. We need international students. As my title of this YouTube says, no entry, vices welcome. We need international students. Migration committee believes. For Netherlands, migration has all kinds of advantages and disadvantages. It says that in a new report on the Netherlands in the year 2050, but international students and knowledge workers aren't really the problem. They need a lot of students. Yes. So I hope I will also, after this YouTube live, I will present all these articles link in this video's description. You all can click those links and read it separately. Okay. So as I told you before, one last time I would like to say, we are not against students going to countries like Singapore, Canada or USA. Please study in that country's premier university is what we request. Don't join PG diplomas. Don't join universities paying commission to the agents. Once you start avoiding all these things, whatever is left out and whatever you pick up from that, you're going to be very, very safe. And again, when I say I don't promote UK or I don't promote Ireland, I get absolutely nothing out of it other than satisfaction that we have been genuine to the students. Our focus was not making money through commissions. Our focus is always Europe Study Center, I mean Chennai, Trichy, Coimbatore, Bangalore offices, focus is always given to high quality education. Students should have affordable cost of higher education. Students should study in public universities, top class B schools. Don't do part-time jobs. Sit and study and develop skills. That is why your parents spend this money and send you abroad. Only we speak about all these ideologies. Unfortunately, nobody else speaks all these things. And that is why Europe Study Center is number one, currently processing close to 650 students to September 2024 intakes. So, thank you. And as I always finish my sessions within 30 minutes, we are almost nearing 30 minutes, in the hope that you all liked this live YouTube live. And thank you so much. I'm sure in another one more session, we all will surely meet, and I will be able to share much more information. And every Wednesday, every Sunday, 7:30, we do live webinar. The webinar link is also given in the description. Contact number is also given in the description. Even appointment link is also given. So if you want to fix an appointment with us, you can just contact us. We'll be more than happy to guide you. Okay. So thank you so much. Take care. Stay safe, and see you all soon in our offices. Okay. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.